Don't fuck up. Don't fuck yourself. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Rude Cooking School podcast. I'm your host, John Hauser III. And with me tonight, today, tomorrow, yesterday is a chef who has a job that I don't think a lot of us have ever even thought is like a possibility in the realm of the culinary universe. And it's Chef Sebastian Sweeney. How's it going, dude?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, man. So you're part of the Facebook group through the Rude page, like through the Rude Cooking School. And
yeah, since the early days.
Yeah, and you contribute and answer questions and ask questions. And at one point you were you keep posting all the stuff that you cook, and a lot of it was like in bulk. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck is this guy doing? Like, what's his job? And then I finally asked you, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm the chef for a fraternity. And I was like, wait a minute, what the fuck is that? So just real quick before we actually like really get into it, can you give an overview of what you do?
It's like I have 35 guys in the house, like another 35 that don't live in the house, but pretty much I just prep for the 35 guys. I do a lunch meal, then a dinner meal. Sometimes they have breakfast, but that's not very often. But yeah, I just handle all their meals and kitchen needs. It's kind of like a house mom, but without the rest of the house. I just stick in the kitchen.
Wow. So you're actually at the fraternity house?
Yeah, I'm probably there more than most of the brothers are.
Oh, wow. Okay. And so sometimes breakfast, that was my next question, was do you do all three meals? But what's a typical day like?
Yeah, get in at 8:00
in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not terrible, but it's not great.
No, it's an 8 to 5 job Monday through Friday,
Okay.
but the awesome thing is you don't work weekends and you have 4 months off a year, so it's kind of this industry at least.
Yeah. Okay, so you get in at 8.
Yeah, get in at 8. Do my main prep, get their first meal going, and then it's pretty much hot holding from there. For it's kind of basic banquet kind of style, I would say.
What kind of style?
And then kind of like banquet style.
Oh,
like
gotcha. Okay.
Serve that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
And so in between meals, I probably have a 4-hour gap just to get the second one done. But I mean, it's about 4 hours of cooking a day, and the other 4 to 5 hours pretty much just cleaning and paperwork.
And it's just you?
It is just me. Yeah.
Holy
it's like I said,
shit.
I handle 70 people on the Friday, which is the bad part, but the 35 really isn't. As far as, the other things I've done in the industry is the cake job.
Wow. I mean, it's really interesting. Like, it's kind of a perfect, like, for a person who likes to cook, being by yourself and then just cooking. That's kind of like the dream, right?
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, I make all the like, they give me like an overline menu. It says like make a cheeseburger this day, but like I don't have anything, after that. So it's pretty much I get to make up all my own food and use my own recipes and stuff like that. So it's really awesome. It's not the basic reading a cookbook like you would at most places. Just cooking out of that, you just get to be creative with it. So it's pretty nice.
So you come up with the meal with the menu every week.
Yeah, well, they send me, like I said, an overline. It'd be like, cheeseburger one day, lasagna the next day, but then I have to build out the recipes for everything.
And then you just make your own burger or your own lasagna.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
That's cool. And so you do a lunch for do you do 70 for both every day?
No, I do. I only have to do 70 on Friday dinners.
Just on Friday. Okay.
Yeah. But from what I've heard is I'm kind of like one of the smaller houses from 35. Like there's guys who do this for 100, 150 people
by themselves.
But they usually have a helper. But.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Wow, it's so interesting. Okay, so you have to do all the cooking. You do all the cleaning then, right? You were saying
because they have they have like a cleanup crew because they're like sectioned off. Like they have like their elected official guys and everything.
So they have all their pledges do it.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is during the drive. But, like, for the most part, though, they have like a crew, and like they have like the one guy who's the boss and everything. He pretty much just has to do most of my cleanup. Like I take care of the dishes, throughout the day and whatnot. But as far as the end stuff, like they do the last, the sweeping, the mopping, all the little details work.
Oh wow. And they have like a mess hall almost then? I mean it's got a
Yeah, it's pretty decent size. Like I pretty much have the whole basement for myself and the food hall for the most part. But yeah, it's a full, professional kitchen and like 8 like large, massive 10 people tables outside.
that's bananas. So
Yeah.
they can have all 35 dudes at once down there eating.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's kind of weird because like it's like I have the food out for 2 hours and they just kind of scatterly come on through when they do because they have classes and whatnot. But
Sure.
yeah,
Wow. Good grief. I don't even know where to go from this. Like it's such a specific thing. How did you get into this?
on accident.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
because I was running a soccer. I was the head chef of the soccer pub for a little bit, and I was looking for new work just because of the hours, and I was
Head chef.
applying on
What?
Indeed. It was a soccer pub.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you said. I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
The fuck is that? So you mean just like a place that opens
It's
up
like
early in the morning on Saturdays so people can watch fucking football.
yeah, like it's like a full English pub. I
Gotcha.
mean, that's their mainstay. But
Sure.
I was applying for stuff on Indeed, and honestly, I saw Dogwood Greek Life. I thought it was an old coach show, so I just kind of threw my application in there. And then when
Mm.
they called me and explained it, I had no idea that that's what it was because Dogwood Greek Life. I just heard life, and so I assumed because that's what most of the postings were at that time. But it was yeah, just kind of happenstance.
And Dogwood Greek Life is a company I guess that is the middleman that puts
Yep.
the chefs with the fraternities or sororities,
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Wow. That's really cool. And so then you were just like, what happened when they got back to you? You were like,
They're kind of just like, you leave your job tomorrow because we need you because the school day starts.
holy shit.
Yes. Yeah, so I kind of for like that first week I was doing there till 5, and I would run over and handle the night shift just to make sure my staff wasn't kind of
Yeah,
screwed over at the other job. But
that's
like,
cool.
yeah, it was stressful there for a
Yeah,
little bit.
you couldn't just bounce, right?
No,
No, that'd have been shitty.
yeah,
Uh wow. So then and how long ago was that?
uh, 5 months. So I started this semester started like August 23rd roughly. So
So
yeah, it's just
this is
been
your
four
first
months.
year.
Yeah, my first semester. It's
Okay.
been an experience.
Yeah, I bet. Like, what was the hardest thing getting used to?
Just timing everything out because I have 35 guys. It's not a lot of heads, but for the time of this, I have like a 30-inch flat top, which is nothing. Which I have a lot of burners, but with how much I prep on that flat top, it's just so much getting that out there and figuring out like what I can do, like because I have a single fryer, like a single double well fryer, but yeah, just kind of getting 35 things out in this small size equipment that I have, just kind of making sure you time everything out. Really, that's the biggest thing.
Um, so what happens when there's someone with like an allergy or specific need or like if they're kosher or
I luck out. I have none of that. I actually have one guy on the Fridays. He's one of those guys who got stuck or bit by a tick and can't eat red meat. So I have
Oh
him as my
yeah.
specialty guy, but that's all I have.
That's such
Otherwise,
a
it'd be, yeah.
that's dude, I'm terrified of that. I know personally a person and I'm not going to blow their spot up because I don't know if they let people know this, but it happened. It's two people actually. One got bit by the tick and then couldn't eat red meat and now can again, but there's still like dietary weirdness. But then the other person they just can't eat red meat anymore.
Yeah.
If it's got four legs, it walks on four legs, it can't do it. Eat chicken all day, right?
Yeah. He looks sad and I hate him chicken every Friday. So,
Oh, dude, that sucks. That's terrible. Like seriously, as a person who likes to eat,
yeah.
having like imagine going your whole life and then all of a sudden you just can't anymore because some fucking thing bit you.
yeah, and it's so much food when you think about it. Like all the great things that have beat it. Like it's all the good stuff, really.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, just hamburgers alone, like
Yeah.
not even like a steak, just something as stupid as a hamburger is going to make you like really ill. Like that sucks. So what do you do for that guy?
Uh, chicken for the most
Chicken,
part.
yeah.
Sometimes I'll even throw him vegetarian things, like some Beyond stuff sometimes just to give him a little
Oh, okay.
stimulation. But
Is he allowed to eat the Beyond stuff?
yeah, he is.
Because I know that because I guess it's plant-based myoglobin. It's not
No.
beef-based, so it just kind of is fake myoglobin.
Yeah, like he said so far it hasn't had an effect on him, so he's been okay with
Okay.
it. But so I mean, I'm not sure if it's like even a brand by brand thing, but yeah, he's
Yeah.
very specific.
And that stuff's not terrible.
No.
I mean, out of all the vegetarian options, I like that probably the best. Their
It's
spicy
a,
treat their spicy chorizo is actually pretty legit for tacos.
yeah, I love their breakfast sausage too. It's
Yeah.
pretty decent.
Yeah, that is so do I. Um, well, that's cool. So who's the people? Is it Dogwood that tells you the like, okay, this day pizza, this day, whatever, or
Yeah, they had like a full like eight, or it's pretty much you do it 8 weeks at a time, just because that's roughly what a semester or a half semester is kind of. So we do that at 8 weeks at a time. So they have their whole menu for the semester because it kind of just rotates
okay.
through and through. Yeah.
Okay. And then so is it like, Taco Tuesday, Meatless Monday?
That hits like once in the whole thing, which is
Oh, okay.
surprising. Yeah.
So nothing repeats a lot?
No, it's like I said, it's 8 weeks. It's everything's original for 8 weeks, and then after that 8 weeks, then it starts over
Then it
again. But I
repeats.
mean, yeah, I try to switch things up during those. So like if it's like a Wednesday burger and they just had that, recently, I try to give them something different because they allow me to switch things up whenever I, feel like it or if I have the extra stuff to do something different.
That's actually pretty unusual that they actually give you the
Yeah.
room to do your own stuff. Because you would think something like a company like that would be like, no, you do what we want. I mean, they kind of are, but it's loose. So there's
Yeah.
interpretation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, because, if you go into a restaurant, they're not just going to let you, unless you're like the head chef, not going to just let you fucking do whatever you want anyway. But,
Yeah.
I mean, shit, the soccer pub, you know, probably a lot of full English breakfast, huh?
That was the worst thing to ever make. Yeah.
Why is that?
It's just there was so much stuff to it, and like I was like what like the way we had it, like we had like one guy working just like plating, and then I handled the flat top, the grill, like the eggs, all that stuff was myself, and like it was spread across like a 10-foot area, so I was just running back
Yeah.
and forth. It was
It's
yeah, it
so
was a
much.
pain.
It's so much stuff on a plate,
Yeah.
and then to like all of it's fried, and yeah,
Mhm.
like the only easy part's the beans.
Yeah, which even that was a pain because we had to like take that up individually in a pan. We didn't like nuke it or anything, so we had to like literally kind of saute it as we would. It was it was
Oh,
weird.
you were doing it to order. You weren't just keeping it warm.
No, yeah, we didn't have warmers or anything big enough. That's what was kind of
Oh,
making it bad. Otherwise, it
oh
would have been too
shit,
bad.
that does sound fucking terrible. Good grief. Um, so like, I'm still trying to like, okay. So what's a typical like? Okay, so this week, what have you done for like lunches and dinners?
I like we did gyros on Monday just for lunch, and like today I did beef roast, like really, which we can't do beef a lot. There's a budget that I have to stay within, so it's
Sure.
really they do get a lot of chicken. I'm not gonna lie, but like today we had beef roast, which I'll post at some point. And like nice like mushroom sauce, all that kind of stuff. So they get fancier stuff sometimes, but they did have what was it, burgers earlier this week too. But it's the first week back also, so it kind of starts off soft and gets into like the Indian food and all that kind of stuff.
Right. And I've actually been really impressed. Like after I found out what you did, and then you're posting, pictures of the stuff you're making. I'm like, God damn, these guys eat like kings. I didn't eat like that in fucking college.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's a lot different than what I expected.
My dinner was like 4 cigarettes and a cup of like Baja
Ramen.
Blast or whatever the fuck it was. Just eating nothing. Maybe a
Yeah,
spoonful
well,
of peanut butter.
They also pay a lot of money to do it though. It's like
Yeah.
10K a person to even be in the frat. So
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's
yeah.
fraternities. Um, but yeah, I mean, like I'm really impressed. And do any of the guys complain? Like, fucking Indian food, or
No, my boss has actually told me like because at the end of the year they send all the guys like they have a chance to go on like an email thing and do a
Oh,
review, and they
sure.
said that they got the
Yeah.
most positive reviews they've ever gotten from me just from this semester because all the guys. But like I also I'm not 30 years older than them, so I'm kind of somewhere. So like I kind of befriend the kids for the most part. So it's it's a
Sure.
little bit different, but
But the variety is really nice. Like,
yeah.
from what I do remember of like being in college and having like going to the cafeteria, it's like, oh, it's kind of the same stuff over and over, and you get kind of tired of that. And they rotate some of this stuff out, but it wasn't like,
Yeah.
I mean, this was also 30 years ago. So like, it was like stuff has changed so much. Like nobody was fucking serving Indian food, but
Yeah, like I said, they have 70 people, so like half live out, and like they have to like fight to get into the house. And it's usually because of the food. Like they all hate eating off camp or on campus, just with how they have a Panda Express and stuff like that. But like the actual like school food is just school food. It's
yeah, and
terrible.
that stuff sucks. Like, and that because it's all, what do you call it? It's just like corporate crap, like
Yeah.
it's never great. Okay, so I'm gonna go through some of the stuff. Uh, okay, you uh you made butter chicken, and some kid really really liked that in October.
Oh yeah. That's a Param. That's my favorite kid in the house. Like he's an awesome kid. But yeah, he tried my butter chicken. He said it was the best he had, and that he would quote unquote fuck that butter chicken.
I
So
wasn't gonna say
yeah.
that, but yes. I would fuck that butter chicken. That's awesome. So you got Sikh kebabs at one point. That's fucking awesome. They look really good too.
Yeah, that
Um,
was a pain because that was a 70 people thing. I did not think that through at all. Like,
oh, because you got to hand make all the skewers and
yeah,
shit.
yep,
Yeah.
it was
Oh,
130. So
yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh, 2 hours of weighing meat and applying it to sticks.
pretty much.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, you said someone needs to invent a kebab gun, didn't? So people
Yeah, and then
posted the kebab gun, right? Yeah.
yeah, that's saved to my Amazon in case I want to do that again because I am not doing that by hand.
Have you watched the videos on that kebab gun?
Yes, I have.
It
They're
looks
awesome.
fucking awesome. I want one too. Well, there's also a hack where if you buy like two soda bottles and cut the bottom off, you can invert it and sort of put the meat in the one bottle and then slip the other one over top with the stick in it, and it'll poop the kebab out through the top hole where you drink out of the soda bottle.
Uh, I'll have to look up that too.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the professional kebab maker makes a great kebab, but if you could just do it as the natives do, because every street food kebab thing I've seen, it's dudes doing the soda thing, and I'm like, well, if it's good enough for them, then who am I?
Oh yeah.
Someone brought in peaches at one point.
Oh no, that was whenever I worked at
Oh, that was the
what
other
was it?
place.
Union Jack. That was a
Okay,
soccer pub. Yeah.
okay, all right. So then, okay, so and what? Okay, so you were saying what happens at the end of the semester? What are you gonna do?
Nothing really. Like it's like restaurant pay has came up a lot, especially in the recent years from what it was,
Sure.
10 years ago. But even compared to that, like they pay to the point where like you don't have to work during that time if you didn't want to.
So you're living that
Like
teacher life, homie?
pretty much, yeah.
Holy
Like it's
shit.
awesome. Like yeah.
And you got kids, so that's awesome that you would have the summers off with them.
Yeah, that's kind of the biggest part of this job is I just had so much like I just had 3 weeks with them over winter break, so it's the
That's
stuff you never have in this
awesome.
industry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. I want to work for them now. Jesus Christ.
I would highly recommend it to anyone as a job. Like it is the coolest thing I've experienced in like the 30 places I've worked doing this stuff.
It, and there's so many facets of culinary life and chef life, and you can either own your own company or restaurant or food stall, or work for a person, or work for a corporation, work for a cafeteria, work for schools. Like a lot of people don't, and I always forget about that stuff too, because I'm always thinking in terms of restaurants, right?
Yeah.
Like at one point my brother-in-law was the corporate chef for like a pizza company, like, and I was like, what the fuck do you do all day? And he's like, well, I just kind of make sure everything works. And then I'll go in the kitchen for like an hour and try to develop a new thing. Like, it was like that kind of thing. And he's like, I don't get a lot of time to do that anymore. And it sucks. He actually went back to working at a country club because he was like, I don't get to cook, and that's what I like doing.
Yeah.
You know? But I don't think a lot of people think in terms of like, oh, this is like a culinary job. You know what I mean? Like,
no, because like when I think of this, I think lunch ladies. Like from like back when I was in school,
no,
like that's my
absolutely.
first thought. I would never think about that.
Right. Yeah, you would. Yeah. No, that was my first thought too. Is like, oh, okay, well, it's like lunch lady land, right? But no, they give you the autonomy to make your own stuff. Okay, so
Yeah.
how are you dealing with like coming up with your own recipes and shit for every day? Like, what's your process for that?
Well, I mean, a lot of it's kind of, you have like your go-to sites, like Serious Eats, like Kenji Lopez, like you find one of his recipes, it's going to pan out for the most part.
Yeah.
So it's kind of this stuff like that, just, looking up, 10 recipes, kind of deducing down something from that. Because a lot of it I haven't made, like a lot of this stuff. Like I worked in an Indian restaurant for a little bit, so I kind of have like, the basics of it. But, like I've never made butter chicken until I really got into it here. It became a pet project. So, but yeah, it's kind of a lot of learning on the go for the most part.
And what's funny is, once you get those 80 meals down for next year, you're pretty set. If you want to just, you got a bag of tricks now. You're not going to be researching so much stuff.
Yeah, like I'm on my fourth run through now on total, like going through, and yeah, it's all just so much easier now. Like I've had a little bit of free time between meals, before, but like that's pretty much doubled right at this point just because of that. But yeah, like I said, you learn all the tricks and you can do new stuff too, like new sauces, all that kind of stuff. It's nice.
What was the one thing that you made where you were like, no one's gonna like this, and you're like, I'm immediately kicking that out?
What was it? It was a roast chicken. I don't know what it was. It was in an Alfredo sauce, so they didn't like. I followed their recipe from this. This was early on. This was like my first like 2 weeks there. I was kind of, before I really branched out and started doing stuff. Like I kind of asked for advice on it from him, and he sent me something. I just completely screwed it up. Like it was not even close to Alfredo at that point. Like it was such a bulk batch. Like I'm used to like single pan, doing this stuff in a restaurant, like to order, and like doing this for a giant pot of like 3 gallons of stuff was a completely different experience in doing that. But yeah, needs work.
So your kitchen setup is you got a flat top, you got burners, right?
I have 8 burners. Yeah, then I have a single. Yeah, then I have like a single, double well fryer. It's the double basket guy. But it's a lot of prep area. It's pretty much what it is for the most part. It's a lot of counter space and stuff like that. But as far as the cooking stuff, I also have a stand up, just stand on double door, 8 rack type guy. Yeah, commercial oven. I mean, but yeah, that's pretty much all I have to work with. But it's not too bad for what I have to do.
And you're not making
like,
any.
Like you said, 35.
You're not making any desserts or anything, right?
No, I do desserts once a week. Like this week was banana pudding. Like one week I made them crack pie, from Milk Bar or whatever.
Oh yeah,
recipe, and
Christina Tosi's thing, yeah.
Yeah. Never doing that again either. That was for
That's a pretty involved pie.
To do it for that many people, like that was a Friday thing too. So I did that for 70, and it was bad. But it came out really nice.
They're all jacked up afterwards.
Yeah, they were. It was they
So much.
request it all the time now too, but it's not
Oh,
happening.
really? I've had it. I've had that before at Milk Bar, and it's delicious. But man, it's sweet.
Yeah,
It's like 8,000% sugar.
yeah, it's pretty sticky.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. So like Fridays is when they get dessert, right?
Usually it's a Wednesday, but that was kind
Oh,
of a by request. They had like a special because every once in a while they have like special dinners, just like events for that. Like they had a thing with a sorority that they do events
gotcha.
like that every once in a
Yeah.
while. So I try to cater to them for the most part.
So when that happens, are you cooking for the guys and the gals?
Yeah, yeah. It's like it's just kind of like get together things, just they call it interacting kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
stuff. Just yeah. But I do that. Like I do tailgating
Inter
events every once in a while.
interacting, quote unquote.
That's exactly what it
Yeah.
is. Like yeah, I do tailgating and stuff like that, which is
Oh,
it's not very often, but every once in a while they have like the alumni and stuff come through. So then it's cooking for a bunch of 65-year-olds instead of 20-year-olds. So it's a little bit different there.
oh shit, I didn't even think about that. So you get a bunch of the old heads coming back for the tailgating and they're stopping by their
Yeah,
old house.
yeah.
Oh wow. That's cool. And then
Mhm.
so that are you cooking that the day before? Because
No,
Saturday's football game.
it kind of depends. Like if I'm doing like like a roast or like smoking something, I'll usually do that before. But if it's otherwise, I just come in 4 hours before the event and just try to knock everything out for the most part.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Wow, that's fucking crazy. Is there been anything that you've made besides the want to be the butter chicken that that kid wants to have sexual intercourse with? Um, is there anything that you've made where like the guys were like, dude, you got to put that in rotation?
Burrito tacos. That was
Oh
definitely
shit!
one of
Of
them.
course,
Yeah.
of course it is. Yeah, and yeah, it's so good. It can't even fuck that up.
No, but like I said, I have a 30-inch laptop, so making 210 of those
Oh
things is
yeah.
not much.
Oh God, yeah. That 30 inches is not big for a yeah for that kind of. Because what's everybody get
Yeah,
two tacos?
three. Because like that was my treat with them that very first
Right.
Friday. It's like a welcoming thing, and
Uh
yeah, it has not been done since.
huh. Because you got the consomme going on the stove,
Yep.
and then you're
Like I say, it's
dipping. Wow.
frying off the tacos is the worst part because they're if you don't have that grill at the right perfect temperature, like they'll stick a little bit. It's a little bit of a process, especially doing
Yeah.
that many.
Shit. So it's funny because like now that you're developing the menu as you go this first year, there are tricks and pitfalls and stuff like you're learning along the way too.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's significantly helped me. Like I said, I just went to culinary school 3 years ago,
Right.
so so I've kind of just really got started in the industry, but I've learned so much here. Just kind of instead of trying to have like figure stuff out during like the middle of a rush in a busy restaurant, it's kind of just me sitting there being able to like Google something, and look stuff up as I go, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
helped a lot.
Yeah, that's nice. So, but like, I'm sure there, like you were saying, there are just things that you're like, all right, not doing that next time. That was a bad
Yeah.
idea. Just kind of getting in over your head and sort of, but it's good that you're testing the limits of it.
Yeah, yeah. It's like there's certain things like I know I can do now, and then there's just certain things that like it's kind of iffy. It's not where it's consistent enough for I want to do it for him because like I don't have enough time to really. If I mess something up to that extent, like I can't just redo it because it's such a tight time frame there between meals.
Have you ever missed a thing because you fucked it up?
I have not. I usually like I try to be like an hour early to where at that point it's just hot holding for him, so that way I know like if I do
Gotcha.
make a little mistake, it's saved.
You got buffer. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. The oh shit, I lost the thought train of thought. I was trying to go ahead of myself there. Um, what's the hardest part of it?
Uh, Honestly, I can't really think of anything hard in this job, which is kind of say like I actually like I said, I just had 3 weeks off and I miss going to work. Like that's how much I like the job.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a different yeah, like I said, it's not like a normal like restaurant where you're just running around nonstop, just kind of constantly stressed, dealing with what's here and there and all the different orders and stuff like that. It's just it's really relaxing if I'm going to be honest. Like it's yeah.
Yeah, and you don't have that repetitive grind of restaurant work where it's kind of the same day, just
Mhm.
slightly different, where you're just like burger, 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 burger,
Yeah.
burger. You know what I mean? Like you
Yep.
just cook the same thing. Like the variety makes it interesting.
Yeah. Like it's really kick. Like I just kind of watch movies all day. If I'm being honest, like they gave me like a 30-inch TV, so I just kind of watch TV over there or have that playing while I'm over here doing the cooking because it's right next to it. But yeah, like I said, I haven't have experienced anything like this before, and it's just a lot better than the other stuff I've had to go through.
That's really cool. I'm really happy for you. That like it's refreshing to hear someone who's gotten into a thing where there's like, oh, I really I made the right choice. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
it's
like
really
I've
cool.
already figured like if like this company ever like stopped, like I would still want to do this for this frat. Like it's that
Sure.
kind of thing.
You're like, I'm starting my own damn dogwood Greek life. Yeah. Uh
Yeah.
when I don't know how to I feel like I'm so interested in how you like what make like they give you a thing.
Mhm.
Is it vague or is it like specific?
Like it'd be like like
Like, do they say
buffalo
Indian
pasta
food?
salad.
Okay.
No, like it'll like I said, it'll say buttered chicken. Like it'll say that, and then like some of the stuff, like most of it's like this basic, for because they hire people who don't know how to cook sometimes. Like they'll hire like intro people and like kind of train them to an extent. So like there's really basic instructions, like add flour,
Sure.
toast, stir done. But yeah, those are kind of not great recipes if
Right.
I'm being honest.
Sure.
Yeah, they're just kind of like really basic stuff for someone who doesn't know what they're doing if they had to fall back on something.
Right. So,
Yeah.
but they let you to just if you know how to do it, just do it.
Yeah. Like I said, I followed two of those all year, and those were just things I had never made before. Which one of them was the butter chicken. 'Cause I've never done that from scratch myself. Like,
Right.
yeah,
Okay. So that's cool. Like,
mm,
so they do. It's crazy. Okay. So and nothing's repeated for 8 weeks.
no. Like I
That's
said,
a
like
pretty.
no, like it's like there's like four different pasta salads that are made throughout that time, but they're all different pasta salads. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So all right. So for dinner then, how many things are you actually making?
They get it's a they like my they kind of get a pick, how much like whenever they make their contract, like how much meat they get per order and stuff like that. Like my guys get like they get 11 ounces of meat, 4 ounces of vegetables, usually like 4 ounces of like a serving of bread, rice, that kind of thing. Then they have a full salad bar too, but that's really they don't eat a lot of salads, so it's really
Yeah,
basic.
I can't imagine.
Yeah,
So you're offering salad, a main, and two sides every night.
yeah,
Oh wow. And then bread.
yeah. Like I said, sometimes I have a four well, like a deep well thing, like a line, and I have four spots. And I mean, most of the nights those are filled up with just four different things. But yeah, and I don't have a lot of room most of the nights to put extra stuff.
Okay. Huh. Damn. And then breakfast is I'm assuming is breakfast kind of the same or does that change too?
No, they don't get breakfast very often. Like that's
Oh,
on like
that's right.
almost
I'm
our like
sorry. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
they
You're
get
right.
they do have like a basis. So like I have to like put out like we do milk. Like we have like four different cereals we put out like bagels, all
Sure.
that kind of stuff. So kind of like like a continental type deal almost.
I'm sorry. I was going the I meant to say lunch. So lunch clearly is not the same every day. And
No.
that's on an 8 week rotation as well.
Yeah. It's all just on the same
Okay.
8 week menu rotation. Yeah.
And is that the same thing where it's like there's a main and then some sides, or is that just like, all right, you just get the sandwich or whatever, some chips?
No. It all has sides. I don't like even the chips that we have are like freshly fried chips.
Oh,
Like the
wow.
frozen guys you can buy. So like yeah, everything is to an extent it's all fresh cooked. Like I don't like just take anything from a bag and put it in a pan
Right.
or on their plate. I try to at least put work into everything.
It's from scratch. It's not like
Yeah,
institutional.
everything's from
Yeah.
scratch. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's great. Um, cool. So let me see. I think I had one more question. Like, I keep losing because I'm just trying to process. Like, I'm actually kind of it's a lot of fucking work for one dude. Even though
See,
you're
I
like,
like it kind of
even though you
like
seem to
I
be
come from like
fucking fine.
well, I come from like restaurants that did like 4 million in sales a year, so we're just kind of getting screwed every single night. So like
Sure.
compared to that, this is nice.
Yeah, you're not in the weeds from fucking the beginning of just walking in.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and
you
no
get to
employees. So.
yeah. You get to relax and actually like make a bunch of stuff. And so
Yep.
there's a walk in and you get deliveries and shit like a normal restaurant there.
I don't have a walk. Like some of the locations, like some of the frats do have walk-ins that I've seen, but like for me, it's I have a standard, just reach in freezer like you would have at your house, and I have a bunch of standing commercial style stuff, but it's all stand up
Okay.
fridges for the most part.
But you get deliveries and stuff that all the
Yeah,
meat, all that stuff. Wow, that's crazy.
yeah. The rest of it is kind of like a standard restaurant for the most part. Just
Yeah.
the only difference is how it's overseen, I guess.
Wow. It's still I don't know why it's still blowing my mind. It's just like it's just another world. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, yeah.
it makes sense and it's really efficient. Like it
Mhm.
makes more sense to have like at some point someone just was like, you know what we should do? Like instead of having these fucking guys just going off campus or going, to McDonald's every day, let's just do this and it'd be healthier and you
Yeah,
know,
well, like I said, it started off with like house moms, the people who just did everything. They cooked, they did the
sure.
laundry and all that. And at some point, the frats were just like, we can save a little money if we just have this guy cook and the guys do their own laundry. And
Yeah,
then that's kind of how, like, the guy who founded our place, that's kind of how it was for him. And then eventually he just, he was a chef all the time. So he found a frat, worked for them, and he loved it. So he just started his own company doing it.
it's really smart. Um,
Mhm.
do you get requests?
Like, yeah, at the beginning of the semester, I started a thing where I put up a thing on their fridge, and like the Fridays are just completely my thing. It's not even they don't even give me an option, so
Oh,
I let
okay.
them pick. In case like they miss something from home, something their grandma made, stuff like that. So I just try to help them out a little. Cause like they don't get to go home very often. So,
Sure. What's the biggest thing they request?
lasagna and burrito tacos.
Really? Lasagna?
Yeah, yeah. Well, they're getting that this week. It's an easy thing. That's
Is
something I
it
can do pretty
is it a house full of fucking orange cats? What's going on?
nice. It's no, I have like all like the bodybuilders, like lifters and stuff. So like they just want like carbs and meat. Like that's all they want.
Okay. Lasagna just seems like such an old school thing that I
Yeah.
wouldn't think like dudes in their like teens and 20s would want. You know what I mean? Like,
They have
I mean,
they
it
have weird
makes sense.
lives.
Well, it's also like a really homey kind of thing too, right? Like,
Yeah.
I guess that sort of brings the from home cooking kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because honestly, before we started talking, I'm like, he's got to make meatloaf like every other day. It's like, here's the Asian meatloaf, here's the Mexican meatloaf. You know what I mean? Like, but the
No,
fact that
like
everything's laid out and then you get to make the
yeah.
Fridays are fun.
Yeah, the Fridays are really nice. I mean, like it's a rush day because I have to do like all my bulk cleaning, like because all of my closest boss is in Atlanta, Georgia, so 20 hours away from me.
Mhm.
So like the it's all just done through like an app. Like that's how all of our communication is. So like on our Friday, that's when I do all like I have to take pictures of like everything in my kitchen. And, like the way they know I even do the meals, I just take like a single picture of each meal and send that into like a group chat.
Oh, okay.
Uh, but yeah,
Interesting. And then so like has anybody have you made anything where someone has been like, I thought I fucking hated this and now I can't wait for it to come back?
yeah. Plantains. That was the one thing.
Plantains.
Yeah, yeah. Because like it was a sweet plantain. Like they've never liked the sweet plantain. I guess, but I just did, like a basic cinnamon sugar and just
Right.
really sweetened it up for them. But yeah, was their thing.
Wow. Again, I can't imagine eating fucking plantains when I was in college. Like that's
Yeah.
really I mean, the variety that they get seems to be
Mhm.
really interesting,
Yeah.
and that's kind of bold to give such a variety because
Mhm.
one, I think there's a lot of people that don't think kids of that age want variety
Mhm.
or have the palate and the willingness to go for it. But I mean,
Yeah.
you know, if that's what you got to eat, that's what you got to eat. But it's interesting that, 8 weeks of variety is really sort of an interesting way to go. Because
Yeah. Like they all
good.
they
Sorry.
all eat like they don't have like a single missed meal like out of that whole week. Like I pretty much by the time their meal time's over, all that's gone for virtually all. And it's really surprising. Like the one thing we don't sell a lot of is fish, which I mean I guess that's a normal thing because that's hit or miss on people
Yeah.
as a meat
And
thing.
you're in the middle of America. It's
Yeah,
not like big seafood people.
exactly.
What do you do with the leftovers?
They just
If
go
they're
from their fridge.
yeah.
Like see, like I said, it's a lot of like bodybuilders and like I have like the lifters and stuff for some reason. I don't know why that happened at this scrap. That's what like all got together. But like I had like literally like a full hotel pan, like one of the deep guys, not the shallow guys. Like I had that full of baked ziti, like a full half one of those. One of those guys literally ate that whole thing in that one night. Like I just put it in their
Jesus
fridge and they do what they
Christ.
want. But yeah, that's usually what happens. It doesn't usually last till the next day. It's fine.
Right. Well, that's cool. So they have the option to just tear it up at midnight snack, munchies, whatever.
Yeah. But like their dinner time's over at 6, and like there's literally a line of people just waiting for like to get that second, and they just kind of grab it all up at that point.
Oh, okay. So after
Yeah.
everybody's gotten theirs, then whatever's left over just gets
Yep.
savaged.
Pretty much. That's when they can fill up their like little containers to go up to the room and stuff.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, because I mean, and then you're not making anything for like late night.
No, no, no.
Yeah,
It's just all leftovers for that kind of stuff.
yeah, they're on their own for that. Interesting.
Yep.
Cool. So okay, are you like so for next year? Do you do you think you're gonna keep trying like new stuff on Fridays, or you like?
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I said, every year it's going to be like because like I said, that thing I post up has worked really well. So I think that's kind of just the best way to play because then they're picking their Friday things and everyone's going to be usually happy with it.
Yeah.
Like they put votes by it too. I don't know how they did that, but someone started doing tallies. Now everyone tallies after it. So
Oh well,
kind of
that's smart.
see what they want the most. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Well, cool, man. It's really exciting. Like seriously, that like you kind of fucking got the gig.
Yeah, yeah. Like it's. I mean, I miss like I like kitchens doing like working in like that big group and having like that kitchen family and stuff like that. Like that's nice too, but it's hard to beat this. It really is.
Yeah. It sounds like it. All right. Well, let's see. You've listened to the podcast before, right?
Oh yeah.
So you know it's coming.
Mhm.
All right. You're gonna die tomorrow. I'm sorry to tell you, but you are. Yep. You might get hit by a bus. Uh, one of the bodybuilders might get mad and rip you in half. Uh, you just might be on death row, but there's a good thing that's going to happen that's going to come out of this. You get to pick and eat whatever you want as your very last meal. Okay. So what would your very last meal be? It can be as open-ended, as complicated, or as simple as you want.
My grandma's beef and vegetable soup. That's in stop there. That's it. Like if I just had that, that would be my last meal.
Really? All right. Well,
Yeah, like
let's get into it. What's in this beef and vegetable soup?
it's really basic. Like I got into food and culinary because I like my family weren't great cooks. So, like that's but like it's just basic, tomato juice, carrots, potatoes, shredded beef, kind of basic thing. But like it's what got me into food. So it's like it's that like really like first thing that was kind of different that I tried, besides like a cheeseburger or a grilled cheese type thing as a kid. So
Right.
it's kind of been like my thing that I eat.
Not out of a can.
Yeah.
No barley situation.
No. It's just like it's really like basic
Wow,
Midwestern. Like
that's
did not know how to
cool.
cook type thing.
No, comfort food's comfort food. Eh,
Exactly. Yeah.
So just that.
Yep.
Wow,
That's what I would.
you basic motherfucker. What's going on? That's great. No, I mean, there's no wrong answer on this.
Uh,
We've had people that have gone fancy. We've had people that, a lot of people are just like you said, like my mother's or my grandmother's blah. And it's always
yep.
interesting how people react to that question. And I keep thinking that there's some sort of like thread or like overarching sociological like thing that's going to happen from this. And it's not, it's just what people really want. That's all it is. So, all right, man. Well, is there any way like, well, I guess you don't want people to get in touch with you because you're not selling anything. So, but if people want to interact with you, they can just do it through the Facebook group.
Yeah, like if they ever like have questions about this or at all, like I said, I'm in the group. I'm pretty active, so it's easy to find me. Just shoot me a private message, and I will be happy to answer any questions.
That's awesome, man. Well, thank you for doing it. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me. This is awesome.
Yeah. I hope we've like opened someone's eye. Like, hopefully, someone's listening to this, going like, "Oh shit, I can do that." Like,
yeah.
maybe they'll reach out to your company or they'll try to see if there's like something like that in their area and try to get a job like that because it sounds fucking great. Like, I want to do this now. But thank you again, Sebastian. I really appreciate it. And thank you for listening to the Rude Cooking School podcast. If you want, and I would appreciate it, rate and review us on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you get your podcasts. It really helps. We don't pay money to advertise, and every little bit helps to get some ears and not eyeballs because we're not on the thing, but just for people to listen to us and tell their friends and family about us, and do that for us, and I would really appreciate it. So until next week, I will talk to you guys later. My name's John L. the Third. Don't yuck my yum. Your turn. What's your name?
I don't remember what. Sebastian Sweeney.
There you go. He's Sebastian. He rocks. And I really appreciate you being on the podcast again, man. Thanks again.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good week. Cheers. Peace.